Okay, and we are back. After surviving the sweets of doom, it's time to move on to the next stage. So, oh, Clownman below. Let's go and check out 128. Mega Man Dev, or DEV, by Prince Myriad, with an overall score of 43.80. And we're back to basic normality. Patchy highest score, Shin lowest, and the rest of the judges usually agree with each other. So, let's see what we got. Could be another lengthy stage. Are we getting a skip teleporter? It's like 50% chance I'm getting a skip teleporter, isn't it? There is no skip teleporter. Huh. Dr. Wily log 111 16400. Mwahaha! Now with this new preservation technology, that blue twerp Mega Man will be history. Mega Man Dev. Okay. So, there are 5 secrets, 5 tokens in this one. That is quite the jump. Holy, can I even make that? I am not convinced. And that would explain why it didn't look doable. Dr. Wily log 125 16400. The ability to preserve programming from other robots is incredible. That fool Bombman hardly knew what hit him. Bombman? One token down. What is this infinity sign for? Oh, hello. Oh. Now it's just a standard map, right? Hello? Do I have to hit you from behind? Then I'm not sure how I'm meant to beat you, Buster only. Is there anything up there? Doesn't look. Oh, there's a path down though. Is that going to... What are you? And more importantly, why are you... Why can I not hurt you? Oh, I have to hit the... Oh, okay. Ooh. How do I... Ooh. I mean, I could cheat it by going up there with Magnet Beam. Yeah, I kinda messed up though. Dr. Wily log 136. Grrr, blasted. Why won't these time stopper schematics work? Oh well, I suppose Cossack wouldn't mind a small visit. I'm not convinced I'm meant to go to the left. In fact, I'm pretty sure I'm not meant to go to the left. So back right here, and I suppose down. Yes. Ooh. Now you make me curious. Whoa. Okay. Twily Log. Darkman, you are always one of my better creations. Perhaps your ability will aid Dev greatly. Who is Dev in all this? You're back again? Okay. You're not really a mid-boss, are you? Oh dear. What? What are you? That looks like a Frostman platform. You again, huh? Ooh. No! I mean, so far so good. We're getting all the tokens. Oh, you guys. We're gonna start shooting now. Yeah. Very blue ladder. Yeah, let's get those bolties. And then just slide through. I mean... I know you can shoot these. What happens if you land on them? Okay. Where? Okay. Oh, you're gonna shoot the enemy, aren't you? You're so gonna shoot the enemy, and the enemy's gonna move. That's what I'm... Why can you... Oh, you go back. So I have to be fast, I see. Oh, we have a checkpoint, that makes me happy. Haven't had one for a bit. I wasn't expecting to do that, to be perfectly frank. Alright. Deep man platforms, huh? No, that's just... That wasn't meant to happen, okay? When you slip on the keyboard, that's really not good. It's really not ideal when your hand slips on the keyboard and you don't press the button that you actually wanted to. That's what happened there. Is there any reason to go down there? I'm gonna say no. Great. No. No, let's just wait. Oh, I just... Right, of course, you need to actually go to the left. I can already grab the ladder. Okay, come on, that path looks so hard, so much harder to get to. How can you not want me to try to get to it when I see something like that? I've missed one. Huh. Ah, Starlight technology. You can't beat it. If only I could get his black hole to activate. Well, now Death has everything he needs. So I have indeed missed the 4th token. Okay. 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 And that's it. Fair enough. Now there's junk blocks? I don't really have much to say for this stage. It's... Okay... Oh! I barely made it. Okay, there's a key. This stage isn't going to do one of those things where the fourth token appears after the fifth. No, it can't do that, can it? Oh, very happily can take the E-tank though. So what's this key for? I'm not sure how I didn't get hit there. Well, let's take the key just in case. Okay. I don't really need that life that much. Or the weapon energy. Well, I guess it's boss time, but I'll have to come back for the fourth token. But before that, Dev Recovery, 100% completion. Blizzard, Bomb, Dark, Saturn, and Dust? What are we going to fight here? Whoa! Buddy? Whoa, you have a lot of... Oh, I didn't see the bomb because it was dark background. Were you not programmed to move? Mega Man Dev! Mega Man Dev, you were never programmed to move. You just stood there and took the fight. Threw out some attacks, but that was literally it. Yeah, that's kind of an okay stage. It exists. I can't say it's memorable, but anyway, I gotta go back and get the fourth token, so I'm gonna cut to where I get to the area where it might be. So there's actually only one area where it might be looking at how things have progressed. And that area is indeed to the bottom right in a moment. Oh, next screen. Rather. I think it has to be down there, but I think I've already blundered actually. Yeah, I've already blundered. Can I go back? No. I have to use rush jets and fly off the bottom. Achievement block. I think it's what needs to happen here. Wait, I just noticed. It's below me. Like here? Or not there. That's quite difficult to get to. Oh, here we go then. That's a wall, really? Oh. Guess I don't know where it is. It is there. What? So it is here, but I just hit the platform too low. Because I couldn't have expected that there was a secret or invisible platform. Well, that's a bit dull. Yeah, I'm not sure how to feel about this token. Anyway, Brrr, Canada is a great place, but why did Blizzard Mine have to be so high up? Regardless, I have what I need. I also have what I need from this stage, Dr. Wiley, so it's time to leave. I go to the judge commentary. Mega Man DEV. I don't really have much to say personally for this stage. Mick, 44. Well, this certainly has an unorthodox crowd. The majority of these enemies are distinct from the usual suspects, being primarily Dragoons and Kids, with the odd bolt and Nuton being the only regular face. Unfortunately, the only real praise I can give is for the unique enemies. Well, that and the level is really outright unfair. Rarely outright unfair. Even with some less than safe introductions like the Count Bomb Room. This has a fine set of building blocks, but the execution feels uninspired. The only real interesting moments are a few drilling of the Count Bomb Room, and the only frustrating moment was the introduction of invisible blocks. I thought the level was broken when I ran into those, and I can't say I was impressed when the realization hit otherwise. Everything's just there. The level doesn't do much of anything, even though it has a fair number of gimmicks. And the weirdly relaxing atmosphere only manages to feel boring. That's some of the graphics are obvious. Placeholders doesn't exactly help that issue. Of particular note are the bosses. There are 4 fights here, and all of them are pushovers. Skywalker's attacks are a complete non-threat when he's isolated on an island. The move, however, deflects the man's cannon shots, meaning they can't hurt you. And that, for all his build-up, just stands there and shoots you! Just stands there pretty much. Most of his attacks are dodged by just jumping and shooting next to the boss stop, so he can barely hurt you. Frankly, it's a big letdown. And while it wasn't terrible to play, I can't say I enjoyed it in the end. Shin, 33. I wasn't really sure what to expect when I first saw the name of this level, but the end result was more than a little messy, to put it mildly. The level design here is very odd and not in a good quirky kind of way. There's several questionable things in this stage, most of which stem from the room layout. A good chunk of them pose almost no threat at all. It's just a room with a single precedent that you don't even need to fight to progress. Immediately after that room, however, you go into the think fast situation, where you're suddenly standing on top of Count Bomb. This is also the first and only time the Count Bombs show up in the stage, for that matter. Although the level's other gimmicks do get used more than once, they're used only in the most basic of ways. The Yoku blocks are a slight exception to this, as they show up as brief tells for the invisible maze section. That could have been interesting if there was more to it, and if it had better introduction, although I did figure out pretty quickly that you need to slide to get into that screen. It's still a case of bad conveyance. Lastly, we have the matter of the end boss. For as much as he's built up through those text boxes, is not really all that threatening. Standing on the far left of the room more or less ensures you'll never get hit by his chunk block attack, and you have more than enough time to react to his out projectiles. His shield of Saturn rings actually makes him even easier, seeing as they can drop items like large health pickups and extra lives. I can't help but wonder whether or not he was supposed to move at all, since that might have actually made him at least a little more challenging. Either way, he's a pretty big anticlimax for a stage that unfortunately doesn't have much to it. Actually 58, I'm blue da ba dee da da. Well, it's a blue stage, but not that kind of blue, it's more cyan. Well, right off the bat, I can't say I really agree with the aesthetic choice here. Bright blue background and bright blue tiles can be quite a bit jarring to look at. It also makes it hard to distinguish the actual geometry. Then we have these obviously placeholder textures for the top solid. Is the joke supposed to be that this stage takes place in a blueprint, hence dev, as in development? There are also some mismatched collision placements in the room of the first Skull mini-boss, which make the stage seem amateurish in terms of polish for sure. The stage itself doesn't have much going on in it, essentially a not so mini gauntlet of mini-bosses as you find in a dev kit. Sprinkle in some intermission gimmick platforms of the day in the between, and boom, you have a mediocre stage. Kinda annoying that you have to fight the Skull mini-boss each time after respawning from the checkpoint. There's a maze of invisible blocks, oh gosh. It does occasionally reveal the block placements in the form of Yoku blocks, but still, I can't imagine such a concept would ever be remotely fun in any situation. More to the secret token that is invisible is a weird choice. It actually got me killed the first playthrough because Russia collided with some block that I couldn't quite see. That's why I also die that way and assumed it's not there. The boss, development man, I guess? If we go by the stage name, he is just standing there, menacingly. His movement module seems to be in development still, if one were to guess. Also, he is literally throwing random DS at you. That is pretty silly. Bashman 43. I'm on board with the premise of Wily assembling the components for a super mashup robot. Unfortunately, this level squanders that premise. Let's talk storytelling. The Xbox is painting a confusing picture of the narrative, and it wasn't until fighting the boss that I had any idea what was going on. Did Wily go back in time? It would have helped to explain actively what preservation technology does to find the V somewhere and move all the text boxes out to the invisible secret rooms. Moreover, the aesthetics and gameplay should sync up with the story, although the music is a good fit but in need of better looping. The graphics, especially the flag run placeholder ones, don't really feel connected at all. A mashup of hazards from Bombman, Dustman, Saturn, etc. would have made more sense than a seemingly random and unfocused assortment of Death Trap. I will give you credit for the driller sections and the one area where move hovers are used to cross a large gap. Those are effective. I really like the concept of the Yoku maze. Power-ups are doled out of a decent place, and most challenges are innocuous enough that I can live with the skewed checkpoint placement. There are good points, but there are so many more problems. Inconsistent labeling of pit and transition, inexplicably invisible collision objects, inadequate challenging introductions, count bombs? Dies in a panic, unsafe screen transition, duplicate checkpoint objects, flat or reverse difficulty curves, ladder jumping keeps getting easier, the unnecessary key or just move that screen's entrance to where the key is located, questionable boss programming, pattern rings don't do damage, I'm only scratching the surface, they don't? More than anything though, I'm scratching my head. This level leaves me highly confused. The story, aesthetics and gameplay all seem to be going in different directions, and I'm unsure whether any of these elements has a destination in mind. And Ace 41. I think it's obvious that there was effort put into this level, but even an initial playthrough makes it obvious this level was not tested. It looks to me like you designed the level thinking objects did something different to what you expected. The Magmammal community is very open, and most people participating in the competition would have been willing to have a look through your level and give advice. Hopefully you'll participate in future, as the ideas in the level do show promise. The level has an overabundance of gimmicks, almost all of which are introduced in a dangerous setting, usually with fatal consequences if the player does not recognize them quickly. There is normally never a follow-up to the gimmicks, and on occasion they behave inconsistently. For example, the Yoku blocks act like an entirely different gimmick in the maze room. Mega Man levels use a few gimmicks and try to use them in original ways once introduced. There were a couple of places in the level where the objects placed did not work as intended. Did you know that Napalm Man can be removed with weapons? Napalm Fire? Wait! Oh! Dustman Block can also be destroyed. When these appear, you can fall through the floor to a previous room. Seriously? I am also not sure if the mini-bosses worked as intended, as they were completely non-threatening due to their placement. The second Documo seemed to be stuck in the middle of the room because of broken collision. The level looked fairly nice, and I really enjoyed how atmospheric it was, but the level overall was hindered by most of the background and foreground being the same shade of blue. Certain enemies also blended into the background almost perfectly, such as the Nathan and Bolton. These particular enemies often unexpectedly hit the player out of nowhere due to the positioning and crowded room layout. I like the idea behind the boss, but much like the mid-bosses throughout the level, it does not move, so it hardly ever threatens the player. Realistically, only 2 of the attacks had any chance of hurting you, and one of those is because it blended into the black background. Your boss was certainly better than nothing, but you should plan to add movement to future robot masters. Yeah, the boss just kind of stood there and took it and threw out some attacks, and that was it. And the stage is very linear in its design, besides the questionable invisible platforms for the 4th token. Oh, and I also need to turn this off now for the next stage. But besides that, it really is not a very eventful stage. It's not hard, but it really doesn't do anything worth noting, so I'm unfortunately not really going to remember this one amidst the 175 other entries that are here. It's a stage and it exists, but that's about it, I'm afraid. Yeah, just an okay level. And with that said, I'm going to take a quick rushing pause and maybe do one more for this recording session.